Oh, hey guys, welcome back. Here's what's going on in today's video. We spent the better part of last week thrifting in Nashville, and today's video is gonna be our second part of that adventure. A pretty cut and dry video. We went to a thrift store and found one of the best video game items I've ever brought home, both in terms of wow factor, but also maybe even in potential value. So stick around for that. But before we get into that, I want to ask you guys to do me a couple favors. Number one, the most important, my little brother, my baby brother Dakota, has started his own YouTube channel. He's been thinking about doing it for a while. He's finally done it. The links to that channel and his first video will be below in both the description and the comments. Pretty please, go give him a subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. It would definitely mean a lot to him. And here's a short clip of maybe a little taste to convince you to go.
My name's Dakota Blanton, and this is Big Time. And this is the one where we send cards.
Second favor you can do me is make sure that you're following us over on Whatnot. That's where we're doing live auctions, selling off some of this stuff that we bring home from the thrift and some of the extra clutter from around the workshop. And if you go follow us with the links below, you can see when our next stream is and what we have listed to sell on that stream. I'd love to have you there. Now, let's get on with the thrifting. We're still in old Nashville, so how about some mom and pop thrift, huh? Willow Tree Vintage and Thrift. Huh? It's always nice. Let's see, icon lenses. I'd like to do some of these video games if I can. Okay, fantastic.
Unless it's something you can't get there.
Okay. Ooh. What do we got? $5 for all three? I think so. Oh, there's a lot here to look at. Scared the shit out of me. Scared the absolute crap out of me. There's a lot here to look at. I've never seen this game, so. Oh. Is it $1? We'll get that. I just dug through all the video games in here, and I didn't realize what it was until I was done. But this is a Hori branded PlayStation Samurai sword. And I don't know what kind of like receiver it has with it and stuff, but I'm pretty sure it's like crazy valuable.
Really?
I'm pretty sure it's crazy valuable. Look, Samurai sword, PlayStation.
Let's do $8.99 on it. Okay. I know I had like 20 on it.
Okay.
So, but it's been there for a while.
Okay.
So.
You don't remember there being another piece?
There wasn't.
Okay. Just make because there is one. That's fine. I'll buy that. Thank you. We're gonna get it for $9. So here it is listed in box and stuff all crazy for like $12, $15, but
$60 for that, which I think is a really nice price for it if you're a vintage collector. That's really cool. I like it a lot. I also like these parakeets. Hello. Hello. They're so beautiful. So there's not a ton of clothing here, but there are a ton of dishes, which is really cool. I like looking at the dishes quite a bit. Some novelty stuff. There is a set of Star Trek cups that are pretty valuable. This one's the more common one, so not as valuable. Batman mug. $3.99 is a little much for that for me to get, but for a collector that would be really cool. I like this little party set. The pretzels. Very cool. Now this is a room that is overwhelming. So many knickknacks in here. It's wild. Oh, is that like a chandelier globe? I wish I had a light that would fit this. I love that. I really love hurricane lamps. It's my grandmother had one that is really beautiful, and ever since I saw hers I was just like, I have to have hurricane lamps in my life. Tons of stuff over here. It's a really pretty milk glass set. Dallas's grandmother would love this. I mean, $14.99 is not bad for that. Oh my gosh. Okay, talk about nostalgia for me. These, I think, are 1960s, but my grandparents had a set of cups that were really similar to these. They were shorter and a little fatter. Oh, this one doesn't want to come down. I have literally no need for them. I irrationally want them, but I don't need them. I mean, I want one of hers. Hers aren't in great shape anymore, but I've never seen those out in the wild before. Those are really cool.
Holy crap. We've been in Nashville for several days, and that's for sure the coolest controller I've ever bought. Listen, I'm pretty sure it's got some pretty good value to it. I almost hope it doesn't so I can keep it, because who doesn't want a PlayStation? Also, what is this place called?
Willow Vintage and Thrift.
Willow Tree Vintage and Thrift in Nashville. Highly recommended. Little mom and pop stop. We'll definitely be coming back here. It's not super far from where we're staying whenever we come to Nashville. Probably 10-15 minutes away, so definitely can't wait to come back here. Last stop was a mom and pop. This stop is a Goodwill. You guys decide which one's better. It's better than nothing. I don't really see any games that I'm gonna get, but there were a couple that were close. If they were a little cheaper, I'd have got these, but so if the situation were just a little bit different, I'd probably be buying a few of these to resell. That's one stack, and then here's 2 stacks, and there's an even bigger stack here. Just tons and tons of them. These are just rubber stamps, kits. It's a brand called Everything Eleanor. Everything Eleanor, and then like the stamps are like called Stampin' Up. There's just a ton of them. I looked a bunch of them up, and like there's plenty of them that are going for, you know, $8, $10, but every single one of them is individually priced $3.99. So I'd be spending hundreds to get out of here with all of them.
Do you guys tag?
But now I'm gonna look for them at the bins. So. Not a lot of value here, but not something you're gonna see every day. This is a Polaroid 35mm film processor, and it's pretty cool. Darkroom stuff. I'd kind of be tempted to get it, but yeah, if I really wanted one, I could probably buy one brand new on eBay pretty cheap. You didn't find nothing?
Nothing.
Well, this is the 3rd time we've been to this one and found nothing. So I'd say between Mom and Pop and Goodwill today, Mom and Pop won out. I did really come close to buying some of those stamps, but it really would have just been a doubling your money situation, not really a tripling or quadrupling your money situation, so I didn't do it. Tesla truck, go. Do something awesome. And that's why it was at the $5 store, got returned. But it's all right. We'll put it here. Come here. We'll put it in my semi truck. There you go. There you go, Tesla truck. Handful of things to talk about now that we're back at the shop. We'll talk about the sword towards the end of the video because there's still some research to be done on how much it's worth and stuff. Still super stoked about it. Coolest video game controller I've ever bought home. I've got a bunch of stuff from the whole week's trip to put away, so our stuff from last video also is here in this bag. Put some of that away before the day's over. But let's talk about the stuff that I got at the thrift on this episode. And then I also went to the $5 store. So you guys that have been keeping up with our Amazon Returns $5 store adventures, stick around for that. I just sold a lot of these guys on Whatnot, and this would be pretty good for that kind of thing, though I think those are actually gonna go to my nephew for his birthday because he's having a Mario themed birthday party, so that's awesome. I'm going to keep HBO because I think I've decided that I'm gonna make PS1 my main console for collecting. So I'm keeping my entire PS1 collection, and I'm selling most of all the rest of my video games. However, I am keeping like my Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, and all the stuff that's on my shelves is staying. So that being said, those games are gonna go in some lots for sale later, whether it be on eBay or on Whatnot. And then a Pokemon soundtrack. I listened to this on repeat when I was a kid, so that's gonna go on my Pokemon shelf for now. Whether or not it gets auctioned off later, we'll see. That was a great thrift trip just because of the sword, but I'll take the rest of that too. Now, $5 store. Okay, the $5 store today, it was a little bit more stuff for me than it was for resale, though I did try really hard to buy some stuff for resale. But what keeps happening there is it's like $5 sells for $15, $20. And it's all not really guaranteed sales. It's like Taylor Swift records. I saw a bunch of Taylor Swift records that I could have probably paid $5 and got $20 for. And I just didn't feel like really messing with that stuff. So I bought a lot of stuff for the shop here today. Pegboard accessories. I actually already have this kit here in the shop. So I'm glad to have more of these guys. Just simple screw holders for my pegboard. You can see I'm a pegboard fan. So there's that. This is actually cool. I needed one of these. This is a cable tester, so we'll put that on the cable wall here in a minute. This is a just simple, cheap MP3 player car stereo for my brother's van. He just bought a brand new van, and I told him I'd hook him up because I knew those showed up there. I think find of the day for the $5 store. Guitar pedal, a phaser, True Bypass Vintage Phase, Joyo brand. That will be kept and played with. So that's gonna go get put away with the cable tester. My dad was actually there with us at the $5 store today. He handed me a bunch of stuff to check out for him because he didn't want to stand in the line of 50 people. He handed me cash. So he bought color pencils for the nieces and nephews, face cover, and safety glasses. Nothing wrong with that. Hannah bought a hair thing. $5, $5. This was crazy. I've actually wanted one of these ever since I watched a review for them on a YouTube channel. I can't even tell you which. But it's just a simple 8-bit DOE switch controller. And 8-bit DOE, I am of the opinion, makes some pretty solid products. So there it is. That's wonderful. That was worth $5 for sure. It's really not a bad controller, especially if you play a lot of like Mario Maker, stuff like that. Okay. I also bought a Nerf rival. Also, I always wanted one of these, but I didn't want to pay full price. Tesla truck remote control, so I'll have to play with that before the day's over too. Pretty pumped about it. You put batteries in here and then the controller actually charges the car. They're at Walmart, Target for like 15, 20 bucks. I got it today for $5, so we'll put that on some sort of Hot Wheel shelf or something. 3 sets of nice new AAA batteries, $5. And then some keycaps. I'm very into switching out the keys on my keyboard. And then there was one more thing. Where's my magnets? I bought a roll of magnets and they're awesome, but I don't know where I put them because I've already been oh, they're right here. I magneted them on the wall right below the camera. These are some strong, somebody's gonna have to spell it out below. I can't always pronounce it. Neodymium, nicodemium magnets are the strongest magnets you can get. I mean, without going like electromagnet. They're really strong natural magnets, let's say. So they also came with 3M sticky pads. So they're for sticking on stuff to magnet things to your wall or whatever. These aren't particularly cheap to buy them this strong. Like I had them in my pocket, watch, and I was walking by stuff, right? Look, I can probably pull this shopping cart with the magnets from my pocket. Maybe. Oh, they're so strong. You gotta have strong magnets for the shop. I'm definitely keeping and using the cable tester. Behringer brand, but I used to work at a music recording studio and we had this exact unit and it worked great, so don't see no reason not to keep it, especially knowing how many cables I have, which I'll show you right now. Here in my office, you can see I've got a wall of cables and stuff, so when I need to test them, and honestly, there's some of them need to be tested. I don't know the state of about half of those 1/4-inch cables. So you just plug them in and out and you run the voltage through it or whatever, and it tells you if it's working or not. So that is the current state of my pegboard box. Not a lot. I've used all the good stuff. So it's not a bad little addition, especially given that I can use all those I can get. It didn't hurt that bad. If you were not aware of such a thing, this is called the Battery Daddy. I think it's actually kind of a seen on TV type thing. But I've been quite fond of it because I have a lot of rechargeable batteries that I keep. But for the price there, whenever the kids need batteries and something to take home, this will be good. So I'm gonna put them in the battery daddy. Battery daddy, battery daddy. Here's something y'all probably ain't seen, a 5-gallon bucket of darts. The kids have been coming by a lot playing with them. I need to get all of it hung up somewhere. And I'm definitely in need of a bigger guitar pedal board because we're running out of room with that new addition. I wish I had a place to put the new games and stuff away, but to be completely honest with you, there's some of my game collection. Here's the stuff that's getting put together to get sold right now. It's a lot of work, so I'll put this stuff here. I think Pokemon can go ahead and go on the Pokemon shelf though. About like that. Oh hey, look who just pulled up. Oh hey. Oh hey, what are you doing?
He did just unbuckle.
That felt dead.
Is it? Oh, you're right. How good eye.
How about that one? And I could only find one can randomly at like.
All right, let's do it. You want to get right to it? We're gonna paint some of this van today. Surprise. I'll hold it. I'll hold pressure. You can just put it down as you go. Yeah.
You help me. Well, you gotta pull it back.
It goes on so good. It's yeah. I don't know if it'll. It probably. I think it'll even out. This stuff is like. I don't know if we dab it, if it'll make it worse. But that's gonna happen the more and more you get this can sideways. Keep shaking it and trying to keep it up real fast. I did that a little right here. Don't do it. Yeah, don't worry about it right now. It's at least from where you can see it from the outside. Oh, yeah. That's good doing it. Yeah. How do you feel about the results? That's good. Okay, let's talk about the Katana now. This is a complicated one. 9 out of 10 items I bring home in general, not very complicated to figure out the price, recent sold comps, etc. This is not that. If you look at sold comps for this, there's one that sold recently for 400 and one that sold recently for 600, and that's sold. If you look at the listings, they're all over the place also, and there's also different region versions. So here's a North America one, buy it now for 800. You can buy the Japanese one, however, for 300 and then 1200, and they're all pretty high. And then, now mind you, that's of course all in box. What does that mean for us? What does that mean this is worth? I don't know, and to be honest, I'm not gonna sit around and guess. I figure if I had to sell it now and I wanted to make some money, I could definitely throw it up on eBay for, what would you say? Maybe list it for 200 and take an offer anywhere above 100. That would probably be a pretty easy sell. But because of its complicated nature, I think what I'm going to do is actually hold on to it and keep a close eye on eBay to figure out if I can get my hands on a receiver anytime soon, and then perhaps actually try it out, because I have a copy of Onimusha 3, which is the game the sword's for. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But I'd like to know in the comments from you guys before we get out of here, do you guys ever find complicated finds like this? I mean, I certainly have. I certainly have found things that were equally interesting and not so clear on price and sold them in the manner that I just explained, or kept them. But I'd like to hear from you guys. What's the last thing you found that was like not so cut and dry on the price? I'd love to hear some examples of that in your reselling below. That's it, guys. I appreciate you hanging out. Now, before we get out of here, do me those 2 favors that I asked back at the beginning of the video. My little brother's YouTube channel, I'm super excited for him. I'd love to help him out with a few subs. So go hit him up, hit the subscribe button if you're into that kind of thing. And then our auction on Whatnot coming up. Make sure you follow us on there to see when the auction is going to be. I think we're going to do a different day this week. Not sure yet though, but I know I've got a lot of cool stuff to list, and I don't plan on listing this thing. But if enough people show up with interest, I'll sell it over on Whatnot. I'm not that attached to it. I just think that it's awesome. So appreciate it, guys. Hit that subscribe button before we get out of here. Notifications on. And until next time, peace out.
I'm gonna let go at the grass. What do you think about it?
Yeah, that is funny.
Come on.